quality Nollywood films, y'all should link up on SUNYRICHY NOLLYTV.
SUNYRICHY NOLLYTV.
SUNYRICHY NOLLYTV.
She is favored by the gods, and she got the land and bread away for kings. She's a special gift from God. She got it all. Oh, she's the future of the kingdom. She's an angel, and she is so precious, and she's a precious gift from God. Oh, she's the future of the kingdom. She's an angel, and she is so precious. She's a precious gift from God. She's a precious jewel. She's shining like a star. And she's a pretty woman, but they see her as a slave, but they don't know she's a precious gift from God.
Princess Zumna of Womanry Kingdom, you are indeed welcome to my palace.
Thank you very much, Your Majesty.
So how is your father, my old friend, the revered Ezenri of Womanry Kingdom? It's been a while I saw him last.
My father is doing very well, and he sends his warm regards.
Good. So, what brings you to my palace?
Your Majesty, I come in peace.
And I receive you in peace. You are welcome, my prince.
Thank you very much, Your Majesty. Having said that, I am I'm here, Your Majesty, because I sighted a beautiful flower in your compound. And Your Majesty, it would be a great honor if you allow me to pluck this flower.
You are indeed a man who is grounded in royalty.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Speaking in parables, speaking in riddles. I understand perfectly what you are saying, and I must have to tell you, you have made a very wonderful choice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Call me the queen. You see, Ugonnaya, my daughter, is a woman that is very precious to me. And if finally you succeed in this quest of yours, I will tell you that she's going to be the best thing that will happen in Umundre. Should I tell you that she's my daughter and I am very, very proud of her.
Greetings, Your Majesty.
My way. Right.
Princess Zuma, how are you?
I'm very well, Your Majesty.
Greetings. Your Majesty, you sent for me.
Yes. I sent for you because Princess Zuna here, the nobleman of Umunre, has come. And he says there is something he has sighted in our palace. And he came seeking permission to pluck sail back to Umunre. I know you understand what that means.
Of course I know. And it sounds very interesting.
Thank you very much, Your Majesty.
Please, can you call me the princess?
Immediately, Your Majesty.
I am not here to see the princess.
Who then are you here to see?
I am here to see Ija Wele.
What?
Yes, Your Majesty.
You're here to see Ije what?
Ija Wele.
You're certainly not serious, are you?
I am very serious, Your Majesty. Ija Wele is the one that I have come to see and not the princess.
The nobleman of Umunri, there is something you need to understand. the one you seek, the one you just mentioned her name, is a slave. A slave girl who serves in my palace. How can a prince like you indicate interest in a slave? And why are you saying things that make me feel you consider a slave better than the princess?
Your Majesty, do not be offended, but my interest is not in the one who is better. The princess may be better, but it is Ija Awele that my heart sings.
What I feel now is that your father, my friend, the revered king of Umuri, has not actually briefed you on royal marriages. And I'm taking it upon myself right here and right now to tell you that a prince like you must not indicate interest in marrying a slave. You cannot marry a slave. If you do that, the ancestors of your land will revolt against you. Even you or she will have a reason to turn his or her back against you when you decide to ask for anything. Would you want such fate to befall you with this interest of yours in a slave girl?
Your Majesty, you have indeed spoken well. But I would remind you, Your Majesty, that I am the Prince of Omunri. Whatever they call a slave, an outcast, a cursed person, does not exist in the entire Omunri dynasty. And even if I go ahead to marry one of those, Your Majesty, our sacred autopsy, the Ofo of Unri, that stands as a symbol of power and supremacy in our land, shall cleanse this cursed outcast or slave, and then they shall become clean again and become like a freeborn. And then they become a part of us. That is how we live in Omunri, Your Majesty. So on that note, Your Majesty, please allow me see the one that brought me, Ija Awele.
What do you want me to do now?
Ah, I stand to greet you, the very gorgeous princess of Umumeli.
You sure have
I am honored to be in your presence, I must say. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So, how are you people?
We're doing great.
I must add that you are indeed a very gorgeous woman, my princess.
You know, you always have a way with words.
Thank you.
I'm wondering why the king will fix a private meeting for us.
Ah, for very obvious reasons, don't you think?
You're really funny. What obvious reasons?
Aha, I take it then that your mother did not tell you anything, did she?
The princess said we should discontinue with the cooking.
Why? The queen gave the instruction that we should prepare the palace special for the guests.
And we've done halfway already. Why should we discontinue?
The prince is already on his way home. He will not wait for the palace special.
Did you confirm from the queen?
The princess has given her order. Are you going to disobey?
But that shouldn't bother you at all. His sight is going to change by the time he's now interacting with the princess.
Your Majesty.
Yeah, Princess Zuna.
I am set to leave, Your Majesty. I want to say thank you for listening to me and being a great host.
Send my warm regards to your father when you get back to Monterey.
Thank you very much, Onyeze. He'll hear. I shall take my leave now, hoping that by the time I return, you would have granted this humble request of mine.
Izuna, if you are still on Ijawele, I must have to tell you that Ijawele is not even in the picture.
Onyeze, Ijawele is the one in my picture. And I plead with you to please help me with this request, for I shall be eternally grateful to you.
Father, I will just see him off.
It's okay. It's okay.
Thank you very much.
Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
How are we going to resolve this madness?
Oh, yes. Unfortunately, my son is not in the palace as we speak. He has gone out to take care of some personal business. I'm sure he'll be back before the close of business today. Yes. From the way you sound, it is clear that you don't know my son very well. Yes, he pays attention to the tiniest of details in everything he does. Okay. When he comes back, I'm sure he will look at the details of the contract once he comes back. Trust me on this. Yes.
Good afternoon, royal heads of Umuomili Kingdom.
You're welcome, my son.
Thank you, Mom.
Ukomori, you're welcome. Where have you been?
Father, I stepped out to take care of business. What did he come here to do? Ugon Naya has refused to say a word to me.
Do you blame my daughter? I mean, no decent woman will have anything to say about the classless Prince of Umori.
Classless? Why refer to him as classless? I thought he came here for the princess.
I didn't tell you that. I was only seeing him off.
Well, my son, you are not wrong. What you are saying was exactly what we thought. That he came for the princess. Then he gave us the shock of our lives by telling us that he actually arrived all the way from Umunre to come and marry Ijawele.
Ijawele? Which Ijawele are you talking about, please? I am lost. Is it the one here or there is another?
Yeah.
Ijawele, the one you know. In fact, I'm as shocked as you are.
Ijawele. I think I need some rest now. I will talk about it when I completely understand what you people mean. But for now, I think the prince woke up from the wrong side of the bed.
No. From the conversation I had with him, he is very serious.
Well, I prefer not to talk about this. I will see you.
There is an element of sense in what our son just said. That prince indeed woke up from the wrong side of the bed.
You all know me. I do not play to the galah. I say my mind without minding what will happen. I am of the opinion that we are granting the king so much privilege.
And what privilege are you talking about? What privilege are you talking about? Listen, local politics, that is village politics, is quite different from mainstream politics. Mainstream politics involve political parties and oppositions.
And because we don't have political parties, we should continue to allow the king to delay? No. Let him expose his son for us to be sure. Yes.
You want to be sure?
Yes.
You want to be sure?
Yes.
And how are you sure? that he has no reason, he has not done that.
Oh, no. I think I understand where Ototo is coming from. We live in an era where anybody can drop and die. I am not saying that the king is going to die. No. That is not what I'm saying. But something can happen to anybody anytime.
Thank you.
Anybody can go at any time. That is all I have to say for now.
No, Kade. What are you saying?
If the king dies without presenting his son, I am very sorry that he may not be allowed by the people to rule. And you know what that means? He will begin to fight for the throne of his father.
Oh, yeah?
And you know the damage this will cause to Umuomeligwe kingdom. A lot of damage. Or do you want us to join the League of Towns in Kingship Tussle? Oh, no. Do you want that? Asokata dikanya, iburun. The king must do the needful. The king must do that which must be done. That is all I have for now.
Your point is very clear. Nananka. Listen to me. Hold on. I think I understand what the elders are talking about. Well, but we will not force the king to do anything. Makanas na bi hagoba na ha gbewu. Having be your journey here. Let us allow the king to come out his own way. Let him take his time, come out his way, do whatever he wants to do at his own time. Oh, yes. He is a very young, energetic, strong king. I don't see him as somebody who will die today, tomorrow. He's not dying very soon. Are
you now ready to tell me the truth?
My queen, the truth is what I have already told you. Nothing but the truth.
How can you be such a terrible liar, Ijawele? You've been seeing the prince. And you kneel before me to say you know nothing about him?
My queen, I know nothing about the prince. I have never seen him before. I don't know him. If there is anything going on between the prince and I will tell you.
Now listen to me. If I later find out on the contrary, you will not like what I will do to you. Get out!
Thank you, my queen.
Mother. Listen. If I find out this slave girl is lying to me, I will kill her.
Mom, are you still on this? Don't you think you're worrying yourself too much?
It's so obvious you don't even understand the implication of what the prince is trying to do.
Whatever it is, Mom, it has absolutely nothing to do with me. You don't even know the power these royal people possess to see beyond ordinary people.
And what has that got to do with the issue under discussion right now?
I think there must be a hidden reason for the prince to travel all the way from his kingdom to this kingdom to seek the hand of a slave in marriage.
What are you trying to say? That he's planning to get married to her and use her for rituals?
My dear, anything is possible. You know they have this belief that the ancestors do not fight for the slaves.
That's a lie. That's a big lie. The ancestors fight for the just, whether they are slaves or freeborn.
That is what you believe as a servant working in the palace. You see those people in the front line of the rituals believe otherwise. That is why he wants a slave, so he can marry and kill her and nothing will happen.
Enough, Ebere. Enough. Don't ever let Ijawele hear about this. Because if she does, she'll feel frightened about this whole thing. Please.
It's okay. I am now a woman, a senior staff in one of the fast-growing banks in this country. I am no longer the little girl you used to pamper, Mom.
So, why are you telling me this?
You think I do not understand? I understand every single thing that has been going on. Mom, your countenance towards me changed the moment the prince left.
I don't like the way you're handling this issue.
What issue?
Don't play dumb with me. Don't you want to marry the prince?
Mom, the prince does not want to marry me. I mean, he made it clearly known to me that it is Ijeawele he wants to marry. Do you think I was happy the way I was called out? I just did not want to make it known.
Oh, shut up, Ugonaya. Do you know the kind of man we are talking about?
What kind of man? The classless prince?
Oh, please, please, don't play smart with me. You know he's not classless. And you know exactly why I said that.
Mom, the prince is very intelligent and he knows my worth. You needed to see the way he stood up when he saw me. I will not and I will never belittle myself to drag the prince with some maid. I will not do that. Besides, your son is far below him in etiquette and courtesy.
Do not argue from that angle of etiquette and courtesy. This is great. He is a true definition of the saying, the son of a king is equally a king.
And the son of the king does not want me, Mom. Should I force myself on him? He doesn't want me. Besides, I have a loving and caring man that I want to get married to.
Nathaniel?
That is his name. Mom, it's Nathaniel or no other person. I need to get busy. I'll talk to you later.
Can you imagine this girl? How can she compare Nathaniel to the great prince of Umunri? How do I explain this? How do I just make her understand?
The most beautiful Ebele. Mom, has Daddy ever told you you have beautiful eyes? Because you do. I knew you were here. I can see you.
I heard your fiancé is in the palace. I guess that is why you're this excited.
Now this is the reason I hate the palace mates. They will never allow anything to be a surprise. Mom, they gossip too much. They talk too much.
Is it really a gossip? They informed me of the visitor in the palace. I am the queen, you remember? There is nothing wrong with what they said.
I know, Mom. I just wanted him to come and see you. I hate taking you unawares. I'll just go bring him.
It's okay.
I humble myself before Her Royal Majesty, Queen Ebube of Umumbeliwe Kingdom, my very amiable mother-in-law, who defined class in many outstanding ways. May you live long to enjoy the fruits of your labor.
Please have a seat.
Thank you, my queen.
Ugunaya. One thing I like about your man is that he knows the right things to say always.
And that is the special quality that has placed him above his peers. Mom, I am glad you noticed that.
Nathaniel, You're not my son-in-law yet. So when you address me as your mother-in-law, it left me wondering.
I am for real. And everyone in this palace knows about it. There is no one that will come into this palace to profess love for the princess if he is not committed. I am committed. And God will make a way.
Nathaniel might be rich, handsome, intelligent and educated. But he can never be compared to Princess Zuna. No way. He remains the best. Why is he making caricature of himself? Going for a slave girl.
So, Father, how was the meeting?
Oh, very well. It went well. At least we're able to reach a resolution.
Okay, that's good.
And so, how was your visit to the palace of Umumeligwe?
Not very good news, Father. Yeah.
You know, Izuna, I have been wondering, of all the beautiful maidens in Umumri, you chose to go to Umumeligwe.
Father, it's my choice.
Tell me, who is the maiden in the palace of Umumeligwe? The princess?
She is one of the servants in the palace.
What? Are you out of your mind, Izuna? One of the servants in the palace? Where did you meet that kind of girl in the first place?
Truth be told, Father, I have not even seen her.
Another joke. Did you hear yourself speak? You've never met her before?
Never. Well, Father, it's really not my fault. I'm only obeying the instructions of Chukwoki Kabiama of Omonri.
What are you talking about?
Father, Ekwenugo paid me a visit here. The last time we traveled.
My prince.
Ekwenugo, I see that you're really enjoying yourself.
Of course.
It is fine. I have more bottles for you when you're leaving.
Very nice. On a more serious note, my prince, it is time for you to take a wife.
I don't understand. Is this what Apalata sent you to comment? What is Apalata's business with my marital status? I'd like to know.
You are heir to the throne of Umu. The totality of your life is the business of Apalata Onyeletibia. You should know that.
This is serious. Okay, I've heard you. I shall get on it right away. I shall start working towards it.
How do you want to go about it?
Oh, of course I'm in a relationship. I have a fiancée already. All I need to do is let her know about your message and let her know that it's time that we do what we should do. Really, nothing was stopping me originally, just that I wasn't ready. But with this visit, I think it is time for us to do the needful. Because I really do not want to fall out with Apalata.
She is not your wife. Your wife is in the palace of Umumeligwe. Her name is Ijawele.
Um, this is serious. Apalata gets involved in my life, not just my life, my marital status, even to the point of choosing a wife for me. Let me ask, is this the norm for all the princes in Omonri?
You are lucky that Apalata is involved in your affairs. This maiden is not a princess, but by Chukwokikabiam, she is more than all the royal heads in Umu Omeligwe put together.
Why? Is she a goddess in human form? Why is she that powerful?
Ijawele is actually a slave in the palace.
This is really getting interesting as much as it is confusing. Why would Apalata choose a slave as a wife for me?
They see her as a slave, but she is actually a gift from Chukwukikabiama. She bears the light that will brighten the ways of kings. She is the wife that will make you one of the kings that will be remembered perpetually in Nollywood. Go for her. We don't have time.
So if you were in my position, Father, would you ignore the words of the priest?
How can I? But you should have mentioned it to me.
I know that. I'm sorry. I just felt that I should deal with this alone and not bother you with it.
It's okay. And you said you don't know that maiden.
No, I do not. But sincerely, Dad, I really don't care. I'm just going to go ahead and marry her the moment I see her. I'll make her my wife.
That's impressive. One thing I know about Chukwukikabiama is that he never jokes with anyone who obeys instructions to the letter.
Thank you, Dad. Something strange, though, Father. From the moment the priest mentioned her to me, I suddenly developed very strong feelings for her, as if I had met her before. It is strange.
Quite strange. Now tell me, what happened back there at the palace of Umuomoligwe?
Ezokatiwe totally refused me access to her. Yes. Because he was having a hard time trying to understand why I would choose to marry a slave as opposed to a princess.
Son, if Chukwukikabiama was not involved in this, I would have thought the same way too. But anyway, he will come around it. I'm sure.
Thank you, Baba.
Greetings, Your Majesty.
Oh, greetings.
Greetings, my prince. My prince, you have some visitors. Chinedu and Ikenna.
Thank you. Tell them to wait for me at the sit-out. I'll be with them shortly.
Okay, my prince.
Dad, are you going to step in as the king and help me out with this? Or will you sit this one out and let me go through it all by myself? Because I think I need you.
Go and attend to your visitors first. Then we'll talk about it later.
All right, Father. Thank you. I'll be with you soon.
Okay.
makes a difference.